Welcome back to our 2022-2023 Media Day. Not just boys basketball Media Day, the girls. This is something we're super excited about, adding the girls to our Media Day coverage here on the Fan Sports Network. And here we go. Devin Dixon, Mark Musgrave, Caden Formaster, and the Coach Casey Winters. And first up, longtime great coach up in Cedar, Corey Nielsen. Coach, how are you?
Hey, you know what? I think here are doing fantastic. You know, we're excited to be here. You know, so all the girls are all excited. So it's good to be here.
I love it, Coach. We're gonna get his thoughts, get a preview from the team. But first, let's introduce the ladies here, representing the rest of Cedar High School, and all their teammates that aren't here with them: Anna Robinson, Keisha Davis, and Kiana Warby. And Coach, talk about these three, but talk about your whole team and give us an overall preview for the Lady Reds this year.
Yeah, I'd be happy to. I know, Dave, but on the first thing, which I want to do on behalf of Cedar High School, I appreciate you guys having us all down here. You know, I've watched you guys do this for time and time again, and the boys, I've watched the boys for 10, 15 years, watch you do your thing, and Mark and Caden and Coach. I've known Coach for quite some time in the Bear River days.
That's right.
But anyway, you know, it's good to have all the girls here. Our girls work hard. Our girls play hard, and it's good to have them have all the respect and things that they've all earned too.
Amen.
So yeah, it's been fantastic so far, so we appreciate that. I have three seniors here. Anna Robinson will play inside for us. Keisha Davis will play outside as a guard, and Kiana will be on the wing for us. All three seniors. Our team this year is kind of a inside-outside kind of team. We have older players and some young players. You know, so it's going to take us some time to get back in the swing of things. But I think by the time we start in the region play and get things going that way, I think we'll have a pretty good team.
How much momentum came out of last year and carries forward into this year? Do you feel like you're further ahead with this group that you do have returning?
Like I said, we have probably 4 or 5 players who all played last year, and all those girls are all getting back up to speed. They understand all of our plays. We have 25 plays. We have a lot of plays, and so it takes them time to get into it and everything. So all the young girls that we have on the team, you know, it's kind of taking some extra time. But all the older girls, all these girls are even patient with them. They talk to them. They say, hey, be over here, screen here. So it's getting there. It's getting there. So we're all excited about that.
Coach, how much summer ball and preseason ball do you like to schedule to get ready for Region 10?
I'm just a little bit different than some of the other people. I don't like to play as many ball games in the summer as some teams do. Mm-hmm. To me, it's more important to get in the gym, shoot and practice, and to work on your skills. When a team plays 60, 70 games in the summer, you're not getting any better, you know, because all you do is playing games. To me, when a team gets better, you're in the gym working individually, getting better in your jump shots, working on your moves. You know, obviously, you want some kind of combination of each, you know, and we do that. Mm-hmm. But I'm the kind of guy that a guy wants to spend a whole lot of time in the lab. You know, that's where you get better. You get better playing. You don't get better, you know, shooting the ball or running up and down and doing all that stuff. And in the summer ball, it kind of turns into that sometimes where you just run up and down. And to me, getting in the gym, working on your moves, that's where a player gets better.
Now, Coach, talking about getting better, we look at your schedule, right?
Oh,
you're playing up to a lot of
you know,
teams.
I don't know
it looks
who scheduled
good.
that. You know, whoever scheduled that individual should not be here anymore. Anyway,
you can't fire yourself, Coach.
Unbelievable scheduler. I got to find out who did that. Our girls expect that. That's why they play basketball at Cedar High School, to have that kind of schedule. We have a very, very challenging schedule. Highland is going to be a top 5 5A team. Timpview is going to be a top 2 or 3 team in the state. We play a Skyview. We have a Ridgeline. I know we're not backing away from anybody. You know, so somehow, if we can survive our first 6, 7 games, I think we'll be very good. The RPI thing, you have to kind of evaluate on the RPI now. You know, you don't want to play too easy a schedule, or you don't want to play too hard. And so, but we have a hard schedule. There is no doubt about it. But that's okay. That's fine. That's who we are.
Yeah, Coach, how do you see, I mean, obviously that prepared you for the region. How do you see the region playing out on the girls' side this year?
Well, you know what? Until somebody beats D Hills, they are still the state champion and the region champion. And until someone can step up there and beat them, they are still the champion. And they have a tradition. They have a good coach. They have very good players. Now, with all that being said, I don't think there's anybody in the region who has any more talent than Snow Canyon. But we'll all find out. We'll see how that all works out. But you've got to beat the first place team. You've got to beat the champion first. And right now, that team is D Hills is the champion. And until somebody can beat them, they are still the champion.
Touring the players, Coach, we'll circle back to you for some final questions. Anna, let's start with you. Braley Peterson, I think averaged 13, 14 points a game last year. Talk about how, you or your teammates are going to collectively, fill for that void.
Yeah, so this year our strengths are probably in the inside, and so we've incorporated a lot of plays that we get the ball into the inside, and we have really strong players that we've been lifting weights and really working hard so that we can make up for those points.
And Kasia, I'm going to go over to you. Did I say your name right?
Yep.
Kasia. Now, you're a guard.
Yes.
With the 35-second shot clock coming into play this season, not just boys but also girls basketball, do you feel that you have to really be aware of that, kind of that you're running the show?
I do think that is a big part of this year but we have been practicing with it a little bit, so that's made things easier.
I want to go over to the end of the table there with Kiana. We asked the boys this question, but one thing about Cedar is, hey, you guys have a great home court advantage. That band is loud, and it can get loud just in the building. For the girls' side of it, do you guys enjoy playing more at home, or do you not mind taking it on the road? Where do you sit personally?
It definitely is a lot more fun to play at home with that crowd and the band. It's just very loud, and it can be hard to hear the coach sometimes, but it is very energetic, and it helps us on the court to bring that energy down onto the court and definitely have a home court advantage there.
Coach is a legend, right? What are his practices like?
Be honest. Speak freely. Yes.
Have a G-rated, girls. Clean.
I mean, he pushes us really hard, but you can just see how much he wants us to succeed, and that really shows in our practices. He wants us to do the best that we can, and that is really important to each of us.
Coach Corey has a lot of passion for basketball, and he wants us to do well, and so that's a good thing.
Keisha's so soft-spoken on the mic, but is she like that in practice,
Yes.
Coach?
Yeah, you know what? There's a whole bunch of players. I can't tell if she's in a good mood or a bad mood. It's the exact same thing every single time. Every once in a while she'll kind of smile. So every so often we get to see her smile. But on the way down here, she was all laughing and joking, and I'm going, who is that in the back seat? I didn't know who it was. She was just, unbelievable. But yeah, she's a great girl, but she is kind of quiet. But at times when she has to have fun, she has fun.
So, Coach, looks like you have some great quality ladies here, but you talk about Desert Hills. They're the past champions.
Yeah.
The Lady Reds have a rich history, especially within the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years of some great girls basketball teams. Do you ever bring in some of those past players like Dream or other players to come in and help these ladies out?
They do come in the summer.
Okay.
We invite them back in the summer. Japri Weaver is on a mission right now. She's been invited to go on a official a visit here in 2 months over to a Mountain West school. We have a player at BYU right now who's playing for BYU, and Samantha's playing at SUU. So we have players who are playing Division I basketball, and they're not playing at small Division I's. They're playing at big Division I schools. And D Hills has players playing at colleges. So in the girls basketball here in our region, there's a lot of girls who are playing Division I basketball. And so it's very good quality basketball. There's some good players, and all the coaches, there's some good coaching. If there's one thing that I've learned over my past some odd years, and you forget some things, it's hard to win. There's been times in the past where you just kind of think, oh, we'll just walk on the court and whatever happens, happens. Nah, it's hard. It's hard to win. I have learned that the past couple years that you've got to work at it. You've got to compete.
All right, I could go on and on
Yeah,
all
no
day
kidding, me
with
too.
Coach Nielsen. Ladies, thanks for driving down and joining us here at Nets on Fire. And hopefully all three of you are playing Division I basketball like what Coach was just talking about real soon. But take care of this senior season and enjoy being a captain and setting an example for the younger players on your team. And best of luck and have a safe and successful season.
Thank you.
Cedar Lady Reds, and we're just getting going. More of the girls basketball media day coverage continues right after this timeout.
Nice job, girls.
Welcome back to our first ever Region 10 Girls Basketball Media Day. We're so excited to showcase the boys, but also the girls this year. We're live at Nets on Fire. Devin Dixon, Mark Musgrave, Caden Formaster, and the coach, Casey Winters. And now joining us, the Snow Canyon Lady Warriors and head coach Dan Rode. And coach, got a couple of the players representing the rest of the Warrior Nation, and we've got Olivia Hamlin, Natalie Olson, and Kelly Howard. And we'll get to the players in a second. But coach, we want to start with you. Want to hear, your expectations, your overall preview for the team, and kind of take us through the off season and give us a look at how you guys will be on the court this year.
Well, we're excited for this year. I mean, it's kind of different from what we had last year. We came in last year with Natalie being the only player that had ever really played significant minutes in a varsity game, with a bunch of freshmen coming in and new girls filling new roles, and we really didn't know what to expect. And I think for a lot of people, we kind of exceeded expectations. We lost our first couple of games, but then went on a run and got the number 4 seed in the RPI and did some really good things and played Desert Hills really tough both times we played them, and so it was a lot of fun. And now that the challenge is to, not be the underdog anymore. I mean, we know that there are some expectations on us here, and we need to accept those and embrace those and just get better. And be able to take the next step from a pretty good team into a team that could compete for a state championship this year. And these girls, they've accepted the challenge. We've talked a lot about what needs to happen in practices and how they need to be a little more disciplined and sound and all that kind of stuff. And they've been doing a great job so far. It's been an awesome 2 weeks, and I'm excited to see them get going next Tuesday.
You guys were 10-2 in region last year, 16-7 overall. Tell us about tryouts and some of the newcomers and maybe some players that will get some varsity time that didn't see as much time last year.
Well, we only lost one player from last year's team that played a lot of minutes. That was Lainey Levitt, and so we're just girls that were already there in the program are just going to step in and fill those shoes. There's really, other than a couple of younger girls coming up, it's all pretty much the same group, this year. And so it's kind of fun because we're all a year older, a year better, myself included. And so it's exciting to see.
With the 35-second shot clock coming in this season, how much does that change girls basketball?
It doesn't change anything for us because we go fast anyway. The big change I see it having is nobody can stall for 5 minutes anymore. There have been some teams in the past up north that stalled for 5 minutes and won a state championship, and I don't think that's basketball. And so I am so excited about the shot clock. It'll be some new challenges, first couple of games getting used to it, and situations where we need to get a shot off within the last couple seconds, whatever. But I think it just advances our game. It's going to make people play faster. It's just going to be more fun to watch, and I'm not worried about these girls at all. Half the time I have to tell them to be more patient, and so we don't expect to have issues with the shot clock.
With all of these returning players, what does this offseason look like, and how have you used it to improve?
We were able to go to the Utah Tech camp, did some really good things there, played pretty much all 5 and 6A schools there, and we're very, very competitive. Did some good things, had a lot of participation in open gyms and stuff, and so just working on skill development and some little changes we wanted to make going into this year, and just getting better. And we had a lot of good participation this year in the summer. It was good.
Coach, what do you expect out of the region this year from top to bottom?
Well, this region's always good. I mean, there's talk and rumors, whatever you want to say, that our region is down overall this year. And that might be true on paper, but you know what? Every Tuesday and Thursday night in January and February, it's a battle. Everybody down here is well coached. There's some great players down here, and you have to fight for everything. I heard Coach Nelson from Cedar say, it's hard to win. You know, you can't just walk out onto the court and expect to beat anybody, and it's true. Some good players, good coaches, and so it'll be a battle every night. And we know that we're kind of the hunted now, and we're going to have to bring our A game every game.
Let's bring in the players. We'll circle back to coach in just a second and start with Olivia. Olivia, freshman season, you lead 4A in scoring. Expectations are sky high going into just your sophomore year. Take me through the offseason and what the challenges might be as you try to, duplicate a great freshman season in your sophomore season.
So off season, I've just been working on like my AAU team, and then I've just been, with my high school team, some tournaments. And looking forward to this sophomore season, I'm just really focused on my team and like what we have to do to win, to take this big state. But yeah, anyways, but it takes a lot of work to be a good team and to win state. So yeah.
Natalie, as a senior, right? And I've watched you play many games, either over at Snow Canyon or in the Thunderdome also. One thing I love about you, and I want to know if you've worked on this in your in the summer and your off season, you love to shoot the three. How is that coming along? How many threes do you put up during practice?
In the off season, I did a lot of shooting. Probably I had 1,000 shots because my sophomore year I didn't really shoot, or my freshman year I didn't really shoot at all. I was more of a post, and then for my freshman year to my sophomore year during COVID, I shot like 2,000 3-pointers alone, and that really helped me. But this last season, I shot about 600 in the summer, so.
A day, right?
Yeah, every night.
That's what coach wants to hear.
You got better, right?
Yeah.
Oh, great. No, awesome. Nice job.
I'm looking more to assisting this year. I'm looking more for assists. Okay. I know my role, so.
But you're going to shoot too.
What have you been working on throughout this offseason in your game to get a little bit better?
Well, so last year I was a shooter too, but I wasn't that consistent. So this year I've been working on getting more consistent with my shot, and that's actually really helped me. And then I also worked on getting stronger and like getting more like faster on defense. And so I've been a big help to that, and yeah, that's what I've been doing.
So last year's state tournament was exciting. I mean, being here in the Burns Arena was great. Who do you guys anticipate kind of being I know there's a team up north, but who do you guys anticipate, presenting the biggest challenge for you guys winning the state tournament?
I would say Green Canyon and Ridgeline.
Yeah.
Definitely one of those two teams. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to beating Desert Hills because I've never beat them my whole high school
career.
all
those girls are gone, right?
I know. Yeah.
Olivia, back to you for a second. I'm such a proponent for girls basketball. I absolutely love going to the Thunderdome or wherever the Desert Hills ladies are playing. How much pressure is on you? Because I have to tell you, out of the 8 years I've been watching girls basketball, you're a top 3 that I've ever seen, especially at a sophomore level. Do you have added pressure?
There is some times where I feel like there is a little pressure on me, but I just gotta like focus on playing because basketball's supposed to be fun and I'm supposed to enjoy it, and I really do enjoy it. There are definitely some times where I do feel pressured, but these next coming seasons, I'm just really focusing on having fun and just helping my team and being there.
Olivia, I gotta ask, one-on-one, you and your brother, who wins?
Oh, Luke. All the way.
All right.
All the way him. Yeah.
Who'd you get more of your skill set from, your mom or your dad?
I would say my mom. Yeah, my mom. My dad, yeah, my mom.
What about you, Kelly? Because your parents are both pretty athletic, right?
Yeah, my parents are both shooters, so a little of both, but mostly my dad. Yeah, my form is basically my dad, so yeah.
Does basketball ever shut off at the Howard house?
No, never. We're always in some sort of competition or something. It's never off.
Eat Thanksgiving out of a basketball bowl or something.
Yeah.
Coach, what's it like to coach? You got some stars in the making on your team here.
It's fun. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's just fun. I honestly feel blessed to have them. I mean, these girls here and then the rest of their teammates, they're great kids. They're fun to be around, but they're also really talented. And so they make me look a lot better than I really am, and so I feel blessed to have them all, and I'm just a lucky guy.
Uh,
honestly.
Coach asked a question a little bit earlier that it's just a fun question, mainly for the girls. But where's your favorite place in the region to go play besides your home court?
Ooh, that is a good question.
I honestly like playing at Cedar because I like their band. It hypes me up.
Band has made the show like 4 times
The
today.
Cedar Band has
People
made the
don't
show.
like it, but I like it. I think
I
it's
hate it.
fun.
Gives me a headache.
Yeah.
Gives me a headache.
I like the negative energy because it makes me do better.
Yeah, I would probably say. Ooh.
I like playing at Desert Hills because I always
Desert
get that
Hills, yeah.
hype energy. Like,
There's just something about different like
From their
courts.
announcer, probably.
oh yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, exactly.
It's the
Exactly.
swish
Only they
call.
know.
Yeah.
I've lost all control here. This is
have,
having
Devin.
too much
You
fun. Snow Canyon Warriors hanging out with us here. Final thoughts, Coach? This looks like it'd be a special team. I know Ridgeline's really, really good. I know Skinner and Liv are going to be fighting probably for that
Yeah.
scoring title again this year, but it's going to be fun to see how it all plays out on the
Yeah,
court.
and that's the thing. To use a cliche, that's why we play the games, right? I mean, we feel that we're as talented as we've ever been at Snow Canyon. We're as deep as we've ever been. We in 2016 when we last won the state championship, we were really good, but honestly, I think this group could be even better if we put all the pieces together and we just get better. I think we got a shot. And yeah, 3 really good teams up north, but I think we can be right there with them if we stay disciplined and do everything that we need to do.
You want to see the Lady Warriors? They'll play Enterprise, their first game of the season, on the 22nd, and then Salem Hills, Box Elder, part of that Desert Hills Holiday Classic. Some more games coming your way. Ladies, have a safe and great season, and thanks, Coach, for bringing them.
Thank you very much.
Snow Canyon Lady Warriors. We'll take a time out. More Media Day coverage when we come back.
All right, good job.
Thanks.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to our Girls Basketball Region 10 Media Day here at Nets on Fire, Fan Sports Network team here. And now joining us on set, Coach Bundy and the Dixie Lady Flyers. We'll meet the girls and talk with them in just a second. But Coach, we want to start with you and want to get your update on the offseason, what you guys did, maybe any team camps you went to, how the girls performed, and give us an overall preview on how you think the Flyers will stack up in Region 10 this year.
Yeah, well, thanks a bunch for having us here today. We're pretty excited about the group of girls we have. This past summer we didn't get a lot done based off of the coaching change and things like that. So we didn't get a lot done in the summer. But these 4 girls right here are what Dixie's all about. Super excited about 3 of these seniors, so Jade, Bridie, and Emily. They've been around for a long time. I've been around them pretty much since 6th grade, and so it's kind of hard to talk about them without getting a little emotional because it's their last season. And just love these girls and the young ladies that they're becoming outside of basketball, and that's super important to us at Dixie. Then, of course, Kiala down there, 2-year starter, a junior. She's very special to us as well, and she's a big part of our family. So as far as what we're looking for this season, we're excited about the inside-out game that we have, getting up and down the floor, but super excited about our defensive strategies as well.
Yeah, what has you talked about summer, you didn't get a lot done. Did you ramp up your preseason because maybe you didn't get as many games in that you maybe wanted to in the summertime?
Yeah, absolutely. We've been in the gym pretty consistent for the last 2.5 months. Ever since that coaching change happened, we've been in the gym, and even before the coaching change, we've been in there. And the girls, a lot of them were playing soccer and volleyball, other sports, and so we didn't see a lot of them for a while. But once that ended, they all came in. We had a lot of girls in the gym competing, and we're pretty excited about what's happening there at Dixie.
Got some tournaments in the preseason. What does the preseason look like for you as you prepare to get into region play?
Yeah, preseason, we're excited to go to Page tournament. It's a fun tournament. I actually played there as a basketball player at Dixie. We love that tournament, and so we're gonna be playing there in the 1st of December, and then we're actually going down to a Vegas tournament for 4 days, and we'll see what that's like. I've never been down to Vegas for a tournament during the season, so we're excited to see some stiff competition down there.
Coach, what's your emphasis on in practice right now? There's only so many practices before you play games. So what's something that you're really trying to get these girls to buy into before you start some games?
Yeah, there's a lot of different things that we're trying to teach them and encourage them to do and to buy into. I think the biggest thing is believing in themselves is the biggest thing. And that's something that I can look at each and every one of them and look at them and know that they have something to give to the team, whatever that is. From the starters clear down to the managers, they have something to give to this team. Defensively, we're pretty excited about what we have to offer as well. So,
let's bring in the players representing the rest of the Fly family. And Jade, let's start with you and talk about the coaching change and how smooth it's been. And if you guys are going to be running some different sets, it's going to be more up tempo, or are you guys going to look with the shot clock you got to go a little bit more up tempo, right?
Yeah, so the coaching changes was it was rough, but my dad, he's always been my coach. So that part was not hard at all, but I think we got through it pretty well. We're all pretty comfortable with each other, so it was easy to have all the girls the same. And then, so we do practice a lot on defense, and I think we've gotten pretty good. We like playing defense together, so that's fun.
Bridie, next to you, as a guard, and you've got such great post play, you're going to get some open looks. Have you worked on your shot this year?
Honestly, not as much as I should be.
Uh-oh.
But we have been doing a lot of practices. We've been getting in the gym a lot, so it's something that we've been emphasizing the past couple practices. So it's something that I want to work on.
Moving down the table, let's go to Emily. Now, let's talk about this team as a whole. What are you guys working on right now that is setting you apart from the competition?
I think just having us together as a family, we're really strong on building each other up and encouraging each other. So just being there for each other, and then also defense-wise, I feel like we might pick that up a little this year, that we might be a very good defense team this year.
Kel, you're one of the stars in the region, right? So what are you most excited about this season, and how are you looking forward to helping your teammates win some games?
I'm just excited for all of it. Just the family aspect, the basketball aspect. Just being on the court is probably one of my favorite things to do. And I'm just looking forward to being able to help my team do what I can, even if it's in the post or outside if I try. Yeah.
Great.
Do you have a green light to shoot the three if you want?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Coach, green light.
You averaged 16.5 last year, and you got these three seniors. Talk about team goals. What have you guys talked about? What's the expectations you've set for yourselves and for the rest of the team?
I think ours is just to really lock down on defense. We want to be the best defensive team in the region, and I think we're on our way to that.
So where do you gals like to go play in the region? Besides the hangar, where do you gals like to go play? Favorite gym?
No, we're about ours.
No. You're not getting it off the hook like that, Jade. Come on. The hangar's great. But where else you'd like to go play?
Our biggest rival is probably Pineview, so it's always fun to go there and try to beat them on their court.
Okay. Bridie, Emily, Kiala, you guys want to add anything to that?
I feel like one of the biggest teams that I want to beat this season is definitely Snow Canyon. I feel like they're one of our biggest enemies this season, so definitely want to go at them and beat them on their own floor.
Key?
I don't know. My favorite place to play is probably just at Desert Hills. I don't know why. I just kind of wanted to beat them for a while now, so it's going to be the year.
Emily, what's going to take on a daily basis at practice and then on game day to have a little bit better record than you guys did this year and really compete for the top spot in the region title and maybe a top 4 seed in the RPI in the state tournament?
I think just our hustle, our practices have definitely been a little harder this year. So I feel like practices will be harder to make the game a little easier for us. So if we continue to put in more practice, then I feel like our games are going to show that off.
Coach, it sounds like you're working pretty good, but maybe there's a little more you can still push.
Yeah, we definitely can push more. I think we're trying to get used to each other a little bit as far as that goes. But these girls, I can't tell you how hardworking they are. Such good ladies to work with, and they're responding really well to what the coaching staff has to offer them.
Final questions for any of the players?
Go,
Coach Bundy?
go Big Blue.
Yeah,
Right?
Big Blue.
I do have a little blue blood that flows through me. I'm a Dixie grad, so
That's right.
yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Thanks, Coach, for bringing the ladies in. Safe, successful season. Thanks for joining us. Dixie Flyers here in our Media Day coverage. We'll take a timeout. We still got a lot more to get to when we come back. Welcome back to our Girls Region 10 Media Day here live from Nets on Fire Fan Sports Network. Excited to bring you our coverage, getting ready for the season. And now joining us, the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs and brand new first-year head coach Hall joining us. Coach, great to meet you. I want to hear about you getting the job and talk about your excitement for becoming the head coach of the Mustangs.
I love these girls so much. So I'd been at this school for 2 years already, and I was a little nervous at first, but we're finding our groove. The girls are awesome. I wouldn't want to coach any other team. We had a good summer. We went to a couple camps, and we did a big 4-day long skills camp, and we're getting better. It feels better. It looks better. So we're ready.
Yeah, nowhere to go but up. Last year was a tough year. No surprise there. It was just 1-11 in region. But how does practice feel different this year?
Oh, the intensity is huge this year. And the girls are already bonding well together, and that's the thing we focus on the most is, we can be good athletes and be athletic, but if the bond's not there together, we're never going to win a game.
Coach, Region 10 champs in volleyball. Do you ever go to those volleyball matches and kind of recruit a little bit? I know it's a first year head coach, but are you aggressive that way?
I wish I could be, right? But I'm like, I want the girls who want to be there at the same time,
Yeah.
But yes, there are some very tall girls. I'm like, man, we're missing out on some height, but we got tough girls that can take that on.
So who have been some leaders so far? As I know the season's obviously very early, but who are some leaders on the team right now that you're looking forward to seeing take on those leadership roles?
So these are our 4 seniors this year, and they have all already stepped up huge. Being like, not even just on the court, off the court stuff is huge. We have 8 juniors, and there's 4 or 5 of them that are going to really contribute. The other ones are right there too, so I feel like that junior class is huge for us. And then we have some sophomores that are ready too. Like, I feel like it's the younger class is right there. So I feel like we have the potential for sure to have a way better record than we've had before.
Coach, and talk a little bit more about that, about what you're trying to do to help these girls understand that they can compete with every other team in the region, as they still build and they're still new. But what are some things that you've seen from them that give you some hope that that's going to happen?
Mental toughness and perseverance. Those are the 2 the phrases that we are focusing on all this year. It's hard not to say, oh, last year was this and the year before, because those are in the past, and it's new and it feels new. So just to keep reminding them, we can't think about the past and how bad it's been. We have to look forward, and they've been really good at that. So.
We'll bring Coach back for some final questions. We got to meet the players: Samaya Jones, Mackenzie McCone, Cambria Clausen, and Hallie Tebbs. Samaya, let's start with you. You had a great season last year, high expectations. Have you got some personal goals that you want to get along the way as you guys try to reach and meet some of your team goals as well?
Yes, for sure. So for me, being connected as a team is everything to me. Making sure that not only am I giving my best, but also helping others to be able to give their best as well. And so if that means playing hard, giving compliments, being for them on and off the court, that is my biggest goal for this season. And obviously, we do want to win some games, but it has to start with the friendship first and the team building first.
I love it.
Mackenzie, slide that microphone right over there to you. And my question to you is, you're a senior leader. How do you lead? Are you a lead by example? Do you voice your opinions? What's Mackenzie's role as far as being a leader?
For me, it's more of just the girls around me is either their examples or just my example. I just try to lift them up and do what I can to help them if it's off or on court. So
Let's go on over to Cambria. Let's talk about, as you come into this season, some changes from last season into this one. What are you looking forward to most personally this season?
Actually being new, I'm looking forward to the competition. Coming here and seeing the girls too just makes me so excited to get out there on that court and play. So I'm really excited to play with these girls because they're amazing.
Cambria, where'd you play last year?
I came from Indiana, from Cincinnati area, so
Oh.
tri-state area. Yeah.
Welcome to Southern Utah.
Thank you.
So what's the biggest difference between hoops out in Indiana and Utah so far that you've noticed?
It's out there was a different game. Everything was taken very seriously. I mean, Hoosier State. So, but honestly, all positive things because out here it's like kind of a break because not so much pressure. And yeah, I don't know. I think they're both very positive experiences.
I thought there's a lot of pressure here in Region 10. We need to amp it up a little bit.
I guess I'm not being aggressive enough.
Just wait till the gameplay actually starts, then it might change a little bit for sure.
Hallie, talk about some of your post players and talk about what's your go-to move on the court. I mean, or do you not want to tell everybody that's watching in the region? You're saving it.
Honestly, I wouldn't say I have a go-to post move. Like, I do a lot of different things. I would say since I'm not one of the biggest post players out there, I'm really quick. So my favorite thing to do is I feel like I'm very strong at defense. I can pick the ball. I'm really good at stealing. So I feel like where I strive the most is my quickness, and I use that to my advantage when I play.
Hallie, obviously, Desert Hills won the state championship. Great win in overtime. Snow Canyon is reloaded. Size up the rest of the region. From your perspective, what are you looking forward to, and who do you want to see?
I couldn't give you names. I'm just excited to play everyone. I'm a very big competitor. Like whenever I play my game, and personally, I come to compete. So I'm ready to play anyone out there in Region 10.
That's a good answer, guys.
Yeah, that is
a good answer.
You prepped her for that, right?
She's well versed on that mic. So besides your home court, where do you ladies like to go play the most?
Desert Hills. I like it there. Just I have friends, so it's fun to see my old Desert Hill friends and play on their court.
And their announcer's pretty good too.
Yeah.
From what I understand.
Yeah.
What do you
He's all
guys?
right.
What do you ladies think?
Okay, for me, it's Pineview because that's actually, I played ball for them freshman year. And so it's always fun to kind of, see the coaches and tease them a little bit. And then as soon as you hit the court, for me, it's good because I've improved so much since freshman year. So it's good to show. Fun to show the coaches and the teammates.
And we heard that Pineview has the softest rims in the region.
Mm-hmm.
Do you miss the rims a little bit?
To be honest, not really.
No?
but-
Okay.
It was your freshman season.
Samai, has anybody beat you in a conditioning drill yet?
No, not right now.
Coach Hall and the Crimson Cliff Mustangs. Ladies, we'll get the season going next week. Coach, thanks for bringing the girls in.
Yes, thank you so much.
You guys, best of luck this season. Lady Mustangs, everybody, more Media Day coverage continues as we come back on the Fan Sports Network and St. George News. Welcome back to our high school girls basketball media day for Region 10. We're super excited to talk with the defending state champs, the region champs. They went 12-0, 19-4 last year, winning it in unbelievable fashion.
Unbelievable fashion is right. That's an understatement.
Coach Donasa's heart rate hasn't come down for 12+ months. Coach, how are you, buddy?
Great. How are you?
Does it feel good to enjoy the state championship tour through the offseason?
It was a lot of fun this year. We try to make it exciting so more people would want to come to games. So that's why we try to make it double overtime so more people would want to come watch us.
You did well. You did really well.
Coach, you got a couple players, of course, here representing the rest of your teams, Hannah and JC, but you lost a lot of players from last year's state championship team. Talk about the new girls stepping in. They're going to get a lot of new faces out there for the Thunder.
There's a lot of girls that are battling for spots this year. It makes it a lot of fun. They've worked really hard, and I'm excited to see what they bring this year.
How has summer ball and preseason kind of all the stuff leading up to now, how has that looked for the Lady Thunder?
Well, a lot of our girls play different other sports, so it's a little more difficult for us to do a little stuff before the season starts. But they do a good job of doing stuff on their own and getting ready for the season. And there's a few that spend a lot of time playing basketball, and there's others that do the sports, and then they try to do stuff on the side. So,
without going into too many specifics here, what changes for you as a coach going from last season to this season? Of course, yeah, you did lose a bunch of seniors, but what has changed in the gameplay style for you?
Well, it's a whole different team. I was lucky enough to have those girls for a few years, and we have a whole different dynamic of players. So you kind of have to adjust with what you have, and so we have changed things a little bit, and we're going to find out where we're at and make even more adjustments as we go.
Coach, talk to us a little bit about the region overall. How do you feel it stacks up top to bottom?
You know, I think Snow Canyon definitely has some talent that's coming back, and they're young and kind of know what they're about. And I'm interested to see what the rest of the region has. I know we were the old dogs last year and a lot of young teams. And so I know there's a lot of people bringing a lot of people back. We're about the only ones that have kind of cleaned house. So I'm excited to see what there is and how we can compete against all those girls that have been playing for a year with varsity.
Hannah, how do the rings look?
They look good.
They do?
Yep.
You know, between Enid and Julia and all your Sade and all your seniors, like, what was the number one thing that you learned from them that you'll pass on now as a leader of this year's team?
I think just being a part of that team, it taught me how hard you have to work to win a state championship, and we just watched and them like every day just run and push themselves and push each other to be better every single day, and that was cool.
Is my ring coming, or?
They forgot about you.
JC. I'm going to go right down there to JC. JC, I've seen you play many games. You love to shoot the ball. How many shots do you take in a practice to get better?
I'd probably say at least probably 100 at least.
All right, let's ask Coach how many it really is. Coach, how many does she take?
You know what? She spends a lot of time in the gym. I know that I can't put numbers down, but I guarantee you she
more than 100
multiple times. I would say, you know, in my practice, but she goes and does stuff on her own. So she puts plenty of shots up.
I think you could do 100 shots in like 15 minutes, can't you, JC? Get on the gun and go?
Yeah, probably.
A similar question that I asked Hannah, like, what did you learn the most from the seniors last year in that state championship run?
I just saw how much they just how much passion they have for the game, and that they just include everyone so well, and we're just a part of just a family, and it's just so nice.
I would ask them what their favorite high school basketball moment is, but I already know, so I'm not going to ask that. But I am curious to talk about trying to repeat, Hannah. How difficult is it going to be to repeat with a lot of new players that didn't get a lot of varsity time last year?
I think it'll be hard, but I think we have a group that just wants to work hard and is willing to work hard and push ourselves every day. So yeah.
What does this region look like to you as far as competition goes? I mean, obviously you're the defending champs, but you know, you got to try to defend that every single game. Is that how do you feel that competition's going to be?
I think it's like you said, like we have to show up every single game. I think every game it can go any way, and I think we just have to show up every game and want to win it and push hard.
JC, who are some new players in practice that you've been impressed with that are going to play a big role for your team this year?
Some of the freshmen are actually really good, and I've been impressed how they just continue to push themselves, and they watch us and how we play and just keep working on themselves.
Coach, we only have 30 seconds, but is it going to be hard to pick a starting lineup and set the rotation this year for you?
It is. It's not set yet, and kind of see where everybody's at because we have so many new players. It's going to, who knows, we might not have it fully down until region starts. Don't know.
Hannah, JC, one last question for you, and it's about Coach DeNoss. Does he come to practice in flip-flops every time?
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Every single
Why
day.
change it?
Dogs
It's a
are out.
It's a staple.
Yep.
He wasn't wearing flip-flops during the state championship game. Give him that. Coach, thanks for bringing the ladies in. We miss Caitlin. Hopefully Caitlin feeling better, and best of luck trying to repeat.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
All right, the Desert Hills Lady Thunder, and the guests just keep rolling in. Hurricane Tigers will join us when we come back live from Nets on Fire. It's our Region 10 Girls Basketball Media Day. Welcome back to Nets on Fire. It's our Region 10 Girls Basketball Media Day coverage. Devin, Mark, Caden, and Casey, we're hanging out on the Fan Sports Network, and we're excited to have Pepper Reddish, head coach of the Hurricane Tigers, and some of her team here with us. We've got Coach, we'll let you talk and introduce the players in a second, but we got to kind of keep things routine here, and we want to hear your excitement level for your kids. Give us an overall preview of what you expect on the court this year for your team.
I expect greatness.
So does everybody in Hurricane, right?
Yeah, we're a tough town because we're just smaller. We kind of learn to fight a little bit quicker, but I expect great things from these guys. I have no less expectations than going straight to the state championship game.
That's the first time we've had a coach come in that fired up. What makes this team confident that you guys can get that done? What makes you that confident, Coach?
I've been coaching these girls for 3 years as the head coach. Before that, I coached a lot of them in Little League. It's just this crew that I have this year. They are strong mentally and physically, and it's kind of exciting to see. So we are definitely going to go for a fighting chance at the championship. And I feel like if they believe it, we're halfway there.
Now, with summer ball and then you got fall sports to kind of fight against, how much time do you get the girls in the gym for basketball, and is it enough time for you?
Between fall sports?
Yeah, with fall sports, you're kind of fighting them. I mean, but you want the girls to come in, open gym, all that kind of stuff. Do they meet your expectations that way?
We like multi-sport athletes in Hurricane. I feel like it adds value. A lot of my posts learn to jump because they're volleyball players. A lot of my guards are fast because they come from soccer. I think the crossover and the break from basketball actually makes them stronger for just a second. And then our girls are really good at challenging themselves. We have an expectation of hitting 10,000 shots before they even come to tryouts. So that helps a little bit between open gyms. If they can't get into with me, they're doing the work on their own.
What's the mindset in practices with these girls? I know a lot of other teams have talked about the family style bond that they are growing. How does it on your side out there in Hurricane?
Did you see their T-shirts?
I love it.
Lady Tiger Sisterhood.
Coach, talk about, I love your passion. Talk about some things that you do to kind of pass that on to the girls, whether it's in practice or off the court stuff. What are some things special to the Hurricane program?
What are some things special? Well, first of all, the girls are amazingly special. We push them really hard in practice, but then we give them offense as a boundary or a guideline, and then we lean on them to make decisions on the court where they don't need us coaches as much. I'm loud anyways, but then, you get to go to a place like Cedar that has their wonderful band and you can't hear me.
The band again made the show. That is the fifth time. We got to have the band come to the next one.
I know, we do. The Cedar band.
To come in.
Nobody would be able to hear anything.
No, it would. It's a great thing. It's been going on for like decades. He's not the first coach to do it, from what I understand. I'm from Texas, so I'm still a new implant. But I think we push them. Girls, what do you think? What do you think makes the difference in practice?
I think that we challenge each other. Like, all of us are continually like pushing each other on, like, hey, hustle up, like get down. Like, we're all pushing each other to be better. So, yeah.
Elisa, when Coach says that you're going to take state, what goes through your mind?
I'm so excited about this season. It's my first year playing here because I'm not from here. I'm an exchange student. So I'm really excited. I love the energy of the group and of the coach. And I can't wait for the season to start, honestly. And I think we're ready for it. Like, if we got the right mindset, we can reach our goals, for sure.
Your English is really good. Have you always, when did you learn it, the language?
So we study English at school. My parents actually lived here for a while, so they have a really good English. And I'm improving it here. I wasn't this good when I first got here, so.
And where are you from originally?
I'm from Italy.
Italy, cool.
I love Italian food.
Too. She's missing it.
I miss Italian food, honestly.
I'm going to throw it down to MJ. MJ, I know your family really well. I've played basketball against your dad back when we were your age, believe it or not. When I see you do a no look behind the back pass, I'm going to say, oh, she got that from her old man. But tell me, you had an older sister also go through the program as well. What kind of senior leadership are you going to provide this year?
So I've had two sisters go through. One graduated in 2019. She was more of a, she wasn't as.
Be careful, Thanksgiving is coming.
Yeah, that's right.
She was strong. And my sister who graduated last year was strong, but she was caring. So I think that is a way to go. Sorry. She showed everyone. Okay.
You got this.
Hold on. Sorry. She showed everyone so much love through her leadership. She pushed them, but in a way that you knew that she wanted you to get better, for you to get better, and for the team. So I think when I'm leading, I don't want to be bossy about it. I want to be helpful. I want to be uplifting, and it's been great to have her show me how to be a leader, and I hope that I'm doing that on the team, and I want to continue to do that for the rest of the season.
Adrian, when your teammate gets choked up, you said, "You got this." That's a good teammate right there.
I mean, I try.
What do you think the Hurricane Tigers brand will be this year? Will it be you're going to hang your hat on the defensive end? Are you going to be a three-point shooting team? Or are you going to be a team that likes to get dirty and get in the paint and put teams on the foul line and make them earn it from the stripe? What's going to be the identity?
We're a really fast team. I think that we will definitely be pushing the ball up the court, and we are also a little scrappy, I would say. We definitely like to kind of poke at girls, shove them around a little bit. So we might get in their heads that way. But, yeah, we're just super fast, and I think that will set us apart.
One final quick question for Lisa. When did you first start playing basketball?
I started playing basketball when I was real little, so elementary school. And I've played for my whole life, but we do not have school teams, so I always played in club teams. And I was so excited to play in the U.S. It was my big dream.
I love it. We can't wait to see you play.
Yeah, no kidding. That's awesome.
Coach, this is a great special group.
I have one more thing to say. We've been winning it all.
We'll end on that.
Love it.
Best of luck this season. Lady Tigers, everybody. And we're not done yet. More Media Day coverage when we come back. Stay with us. We'll start with you, Coach.
Oh, great.
Hey, welcome back. Nets on Fire, our gracious host of our 2022-2023 High School Girls Basketball Media Day. It's been fun on the Fan Sports Network with these guys to hang out with you. And our final team has made it to the building today, but certainly not least, the Pineview Lady Panthers. Coach Luce with us here. Coach, let's start with you, and then we'll bring the players in a second and take us through the offseason, what you guys did as a team to get better, and tell us about your team and who's going to be playing a significant role on it outside of these four girls, and kind of give us a preview of the upcoming season.
Springtime, we did a few open gyms, a couple of weeks, tried to get in. It was pretty easy to get in the gym. We had a rough year last year, but most of these girls didn't spend a lot of time letting the grass grow under their feet. They helped me get a summer schedule. We spent most of June doing camps, the Utah Tech team camp. We did the summer games, and we went around to a few other places. We probably got about 24, 25 games in during June. July was off, and then started open gyms again when school started twice a week. Other than these four seniors, we've got 3 or 4 freshmen that'll be contributing. So we kind of we've only got 2 juniors on the team, so we're pretty freshman, sophomore heavy. Great leadership, great talent with these seniors, and all those younger girls have been really eager to buy into their examples and what they're selling. It's got a pretty good vibe going after 2 weeks.
Coach, 35-second shot clock comes into play this year.
Finally.
Yes. I was just going to ask you what your thoughts are on that.
He answered it.
And does it change your strategy towards the end of the game?
No, we're going to shoot the ball as fast as we can. As every possession we get, we want to run and gun and have some fun.
All your players are nodding their heads in approval.
Defense, you can actually get defensive stops now too,
yeah,
which is nice.
And you don't have, if you're down, you don't have to go to a man.
Yeah.
You can still play zone. You can still strategize. It's been one of those things for all the years I've coached, and any time they've sent out those surveys, I've always said, let's join the 21st century in basketball and use the shot clock, whatever it is, just for that reason. The strategy, that you can kind of keep your identity. You don't have to go straight to man and stall and anything else. You got to keep playing basketball. I like that.
So during this time of the year right now, it's kind of conditioning time. How's the team looking? How's the conditioning going?
The conditioning, well, for me, it's going well.
Sure.
I mean, I break a sweat a little bit watching them and yelling at them and blowing my whistle at them. But for them, they're great. It took them a couple days to get right into the flow of it, and yeah, they've done well. It's been fun so far.
Coach, you mentioned you have several freshmen coming up. What are some of the challenges playing freshmen at such a high level right off the bat?
Not sure yet. I've done it a little bit. A few years ago in Kanab, I had a freshman or two that was good enough, but having this many, I'm not really treating them any different yet, I don't think. I mean, I'm giving them the same expectations these guys have. We're all speaking the same language. So it's mostly, I rely on these guys a lot to coach them up as well, in the ins and outs of drills and, the communication during practice and games. So it's a team effort, and I've got some really good assistant coaches who have been coaching them the last few years too. So they're stepping into some offense and some vernacular that they're familiar with. So far it's been pretty seamless, but we'll see. We really haven't played a game yet, so we'll find out in a couple weeks.
Let's bring in the players. Let's meet the players here with Coach Luce. We got Avery, Ellie, Jaden, and Daytona. Avery, let's start with you. I saw you nodding when he was talking about some underclassmen. Are these some pretty special players that really can help you guys win some games?
Yeah, I think so. Last year, I mean, they've always kind of been apart. Like we've known them for a while. One of them's my little sister, so she's been playing with us for quite a while. But they were really committed during the summer, and we got to play a lot together. So it's not like they're just kind of jumping in. They know what they're doing, and they're confident players, and they're going to help a lot. So.
Is that drove your sister a little bit, knowing if she works hard enough, maybe she can get on the floor with big sister at the same time, same season?
Yeah, it's a really cool experience to be able to play my last year with her. I'm really excited.
I'm going to jump down to Daytona. I got a two-part question for you. First off, what did you do this past off season to get better as a basketball player? And the second part of that question is, I love your name, Daytona. Where did that come from?
My parents were huge NASCAR fans.
Okay.
So.
The obvious answer. That's,
yeah. But I don't know how to answer.
And what did you do to prepare for this season to get better? That was the first part.
Just got in the gym when I could and worked when I could, I guess. I kind of had a rough off season, but I got back into it when my coaches and teammates picked me up. So,
Good.
yeah.
Good to have you, by the way.
Thank you.
So, yes.
Let's go with Ellie. Let's start with you. Again, what have you kind of done in this off season to improve yourself, and how are you seeing the improvements of your teammates as well?
Some of the things I've done was create goals for myself to kind of measure like where I'm coming from last season, and making sure that I'm improving in little things for this next season. So, yeah.
Jaden, we've asked this to just about every team. Where's your favorite place to play in the region other than the pit?
Oh.
And you guys, the rest of you can answer that too.
So
Jaden's a transfer.
Jaden,
Jaden's a transfer.
Jaden just moved here from Missouri. Just a few months ago.
Oh,
she hasn't had the privilege of playing in this region.
Okay, Daytona, pick her up.
Avery, pick her up.
What would we say? I'd probably say Desert Hills' gym.
I feel like Desert Hills has always been like our main, like, let's go get them type thing.
Now,
so.
how come?
Well, I mean, the past we haven't beat them at their home court, so that's kind of something that I feel like is motivating for me, at least this year. Is
They are the
trying to
defending
get 'em.
state champs.
They
That's a
are.
great place to go get a win this year if you can pull it off, right?
I was fishing for the answer that their announcer is really good. That's the I was fishing for that.
I mean, yeah.
Daytona, I think you were going to say that.
Yes,
I thought
yes.
you were-
Yeah.
So, Jaden, since you did transfer in, what's the difference between Missouri basketball and Southern Utah basketball?
Well, I think for Missouri, there wasn't really much, like, effort into getting the team together, and this team really, like, from here, my first experience when I came into Open Gym, it was really nice. Like, they were all welcoming and everything, and seeing them play was just really, like, I really want to get on the court and play with all of them.
I love it. The Pineview Lady Panthers. I wish we had more time. We got to wrap things up, though. Coach, thanks for bringing the ladies in. Have a great season. Ladies, go get them.
Thank you.
Go get them. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, our All-Region Awards. We'll hand them out. Stay with us. Back here on the Fan Sports Network in St. George News, Devin, Mark, Caden. We're not done yet. As you can see, we're hanging out Nets on Fire. It's a basketball mecca, and we've got a recap. It was so fun to add the girls this year, first and foremost.
Absolutely. I've been a girls basketball fan for the past 8 years, so this is really good for me.
You know, the girls team, Caden, Desert Hills defending champ, they were not picked first. The Snow Canyon Warriors preseason favorites, your thoughts?
Well, Desert Hills did lose a lot of talent from that senior class last season, and Snow Canyon kept a lot of it around. Snow Canyon played really well last season. Seeing them as the favorites is not surprising at all.
Snow Canyon only lost one starter. That's it. Desert Hills was picked second. The rest of the region, preseason coaches and combined media poll, Hurricane third, Cedar fourth, Pineview fifth, Crimson sixth, and Dixie seventh. But Coach Bundy, I'm excited to see what he can do.
There is no way, you can mark my words right here on Girls Region 10 Media Day, there is no way the Dixie Lady Flyers finish seventh. Not with Kiala Famuina. She is fantastic.
All right, let's get to the MVP, the preseason MVP. Caden, I'll give you the honor. Tell everybody who won it.
Yeah, it's Olivia Hamlin, the sophomore. But after the freshman season that she had, it's not surprising.
No, freshman season, she led all of 4A in scoring. So Olivia Hamlin, congratulations, our 4A Region 10 girls preseason MVP. The rest of the first team, Kiala Famuina, Hannah Heaton, Natalie Olson, Addison Crandall, and Avery Guston. The second team, Adrian Gubler, Kelly Howard, Samaya Jones, Annalise Shamada, and Ellie Norton. And then some of the honorable mention players, Jade Bundy, Allie Smith, Joey Jensen, Haley Campbell, JC Ryder, JC Ridings from Desert Hills, Kiara Hansen, Daytona Horsepool, Caitlin Andrus, Keisha Davis, Mackenzie McCone, to name a few. So a great list. We're going to see some terrific play in Region 10 girls basketball again this season.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting season for sure.
Hope you enjoyed it. For the guys on the Fan and our friends on St. George News, we'll see you next time for another Region 10 Boys and Basketball High School Media Day.